Good morning children. Welcome to SSC class. Today we are going to learn the chapter Air Around Us. So in our previous class we have already learned about the different levels of the atmosphere. We have also learned about the pollutant in the air, and today we are going to learn about the atmospheric temperature and pressure. Children, most of the life forms on the earth exist in the lower part of the atmosphere, and that lower part of the atmosphere is troposphere, as we learned before in the different layers of the earth. So that is the troposphere, where mostly different life forms exists. So this is the first layer of the atmosphere surrounding the earth, and the second layer is stratosphere. The third is mesosphere, and the fourth one is thermosphere. So in this layer most of the life forms of the earth exists. Although we may never feel the pressure or weight of air over us, but it constantly presses us. So this pressure or weight of air is measured by the means of an instrument that is called barometer. That is called barometer. That is barometer, and the unit of air pressure is known as millibar. Millibar. So what is barometer? Barometer is an instrument which measures the pressure or weight of air. It is instrument which measures the weight or pressure of air. So with the help of this instrument we used to measure the weight or pressure of air. And now this millibar, it is the unit of air pressure. The unit of air pressure, that is called millibar. The normal air pressure at sea level is 1013 millibar. This has been given in your fill in the blanks also. As we go higher on the mountain or traveling air, we notice our ear pop. This is due to the drop in the air temperature and atmospheric pressure. This variation in atmospheric temperature and atmospheric pressure divides the atmosphere in different layers. So children, now we are going to learn about wind. As all these things are explained you before also, in the area where temperature rises high, the air gets heated and rises upwards. So in that areas where the temperature rises high, the air, so this is the air, and if the temperature increases, the air goes high. The air goes high. And it rises up. It rises up. So what happens then? It causes fall in the air pressure, and the area thus becomes low pressure area. So after this air rises up, the area, the pressure of area becomes low pressure area, and the space vacated by this hot air is replaced by the cold air. It is replaced by the cold air. So children, when the temperature rises, when the temperature becomes hot and it rises high, the air gets heated, and after heating, this air rises up. It creates a low pressure area in this vacant place, which is replaced by the cold air. This cold air from high temperature area comes to replace this low pressure area, so that the space vacated by hot air is replaced by cold, denser air of the surrounding high pressure area. So this flow or movement of air is called wind. So this flow from here to here is called, this flow of air from here to here is called wind. And thus wind always flows from the high pressure area to the low pressure area. So one more time I am going to revise it again for you children. Fall in the air pressure is called low pressure. So children, in the area where the temperature rises high, the air after heating, the air rises up. The air rises up. When the temperature is high, the air rises up and the air gets heated and rises up. It causes fall in the air pressure and the area thus become the low pressure area. Low pressure area. Low pressure area means low pressure. Means fall in the air pressure. Now the space vacated by the hot air is replaced by the cold and denser air. By the cold air. Very quickly it is replaced by the cold air. And the space which is filled by this cold denser air of the surrounding high pressure area, this flow or movement of air is called wind. So children, I think all of you well understood what is wind. Now wind always flows from the high pressure area to the low pressure area. This wind always flows from the high pressure to the low pressure area. The phenomenon of monsoon is a good example of such seasonal winds, and this change is caused due to the unequal heating of land and water. Our country receives monsoon rains which support our agricultural economy. Thus our country is very much dependent on the monsoonal rainfall. So India is a monsoonal country and it depends upon monsoonal rainfall. Children, do you know the atmospheric temperature and pressure are opposite to each other on the earth's surface, because higher the temperature, lower the pressure. Higher the temperature, lower the pressure. So these works opposite. Both works opposite. Higher the temperature, lower the pressure, lower the air pressure we can say. And the flow of such kind where this vacant place is filled by cool air is the This type of flow is called wind. Now children, let's go to the mechanism of rainfall. Mechanism of rainfall you are learning from very beginning. So in which, let's draw first in a short way. We'll draw in a short way. You have learned this from very beginning. So children, what happens when the water heats up? First of all, the water is evaporated and the evaporation works. Evaporation. So heating up water and goes up. This is called evaporation. Let's go through this chapter. Now this is mechanism of rainfall. As the hot air rises, it reaches high in the atmosphere. It cools down due to the pressure of low temperature there. Children, we have already learned about the different layers of the atmosphere, that is troposphere, then stratosphere, then mesosphere, and then thermosphere. So all the weather phenomena happens in troposphere. So this is why when the heated air goes up, so what happens there? Thus the water present in the form of water vapor condensed into tiny droplets of water. First of all, condensation happens. When this after evaporation, this goes up and the water vapor condense into tiny droplets. They condense into tiny droplets. So this water or crystal of ice also, this happens due to the temperature. And in due course of time, these tiny particles join together and they form the cloud. So these tiny droplets of water, they used to form a cloud. Due to further cooling, these tiny condensed droplets join and form the larger droplets. And in course of time, these droplets become so heavy that the air cannot hold them, and hence they fall to the earth. And here that is called precipitation. So that this is the mechanism of rainfall, and after they become so heavy that the air cannot carry them with itself, and hence they fall down as rainfall or sometimes snowfall, depending upon the atmospheric temperature of the region. So the rainfall is very important to all of us because it brings water on the earth, and in this water vapor plays an important role, because first of all the evaporation works to bring rainfall to the earth, which is very important for our agriculture, etc. and which is essential for the survival of all kinds of life on the earth. When the rainfall is scarce or very low, it causes droughts. On the other hand, excessive rainfall causes flood. So in both of the condition, we have to face troubles. If there is heavy rainfall, it creates flood. Due to heavy rainfall causes flood. It causes flood. Opposite to it, if there is no rainfall or less rainfall, it causes drought condition. So children, both the conditions are problematic, and so this is the mechanism of rainfall. When the water in the water bodies heats due to the sunlight, and the evaporation happens when the water vapor goes up, and there after meeting the cool temperature, it condenses into tiny droplets or ice particles, and so many water particles, so many ice particles form cloud, and this cloud then changes these tiny droplets into heavy raindrops, and where this air is not able to carry or hold them with it, after some time it uses to be as rainfall. It depends on the temperature of that very place where these condensed water droplets just converts into raindrops and comes to the earth. So this is very important for the earth because rainfall is necessary for agricultural activities. But one thing is to keep in mind that heavy rainfall causes flood and no rainfall or less rainfall causes drought conditions. So this is the mechanism of rainfall. So children, do you know? Children, this is rain gauge, an instrument which measures the rainfall. The unit which measure the rainfall is called millimeter or centimeter. Centimeter or millimeter. So this is rain gauge which used to measure the rainfall of any area. Now one thing more to learn in this chapter, that is weather and climate. To know about weather and climate. So let's know about weather and climate. It is important to know the weather, and it is very important to know that weather that refers to state the atmosphere that includes its temperature, pressure and humidity. So mind it, three things are included in weather. Weather refers to state the atmosphere that includes its temperature, then pressure and humidity. So these things are included in weather for a specific place for a short period of time. Weather includes the temperature, the pressure and the humidity for a specific place for a short period of time. So this is weather. This is weather. Weather may change in different places of the same city or locality. So thing to remember is it may change in different place of the same city or locality. This is called weather. It includes temperature, pressure and humidity for a specific place for a short period of time, and it may change in different place of the same city or locality. This is called weather. Now we will learn about the climate. What is climate? Climate. What does climate includes? It includes the temperature, rainfall, pressure over a long period of time. So climatic conditions includes temperature, rainfall, pressure over a long period of time and over a large area. And over a large area. For example, India has monsoonal climate. So, see the difference between weather and climate. Weather works for a short period of time of a specific place, and it may change in different place of the same city or locality for short period. But climate, it includes temperature, rainfall, pressure over a long period of time. Over a long period of time and over a large area. It indicates the temperature, rainfall, pressure over a long period of time and over a large area. For example, India has monsoonal climate. So this is the weather and this is the climate. So children, today we have completed this chapter. We have already completed the mechanism of rainfall, the temperature, atmospheric temperature and pressure, as well as the difference between the weather and climate. Thank you.